It is Tuesday News Day, as Grace from Reddit would say, and today we get our hint, or I guess our reveal of what hunting is, or I guess that keyword at least. In our previous video, we talked about, okay, is it either going to be the treasure hunts, maybe a revamp for the treasure hunts from Total War Warhammer 2, or is it going to be probably a little bit more along the obvious route, the Norscan hunts that we were going to be getting back in May when they come back to our lovely roster. So let's take a look at this reveal. We have 4 new monster hunts coming. We have Gargantulzan, the Carnosaur Hellbeast of Seepgore, and then the Beast of Rima, as well as the Mother of the Flame. So let's kind of jump back here at this video here and talk a little bit more about these. Of course, you can see the what is suspected to be the next hint is shortly. I'll be honest, I just literally think that means there's more news coming shortly. I don't think that that's the hint. It could be. It could be the hint, and they're hinting more about dwarfs. Some people think halflings, but that's wishful thinking. Obviously, these things, these little news blurbs that they've been giving us are nothing catastrophic or huge or monumental that they're deserving of these massive releases. Like, I mean, shortly probably means something with the dwarfs. Let's be honest there. I'll be the first to admit that the first video I released of this ilk was very hyped up, and I think it was, oh man, we're gonna get something fucking so cool. If they can release Giant Slayers, they're gonna release something equally as massive, but no pun intended, you barstool sized dwarves. But I think that with this we'll probably hear something about maybe the Karakajin that we had talked about, and everything there, maybe with Ungrim, Iron Fist, or maybe some other kind of dwarf reveals of sorts with the shortly mentioned here, maybe even a small mechanic fix or buff or something of the sort. So let's jump back here. We have a little guy there. So Gargantulzan. In the lore, there is nothing on Gargantulzan. I went through everything I could find to try and see something from maybe the 6th or the 7th edition Lizardman books. I can't really find anything on him. So I think this is another one of CA's just kind of, hey, we'll create something for these Norscan hunts, and a way to kind of make Norsca more relevant to the Total War Warhammer 2 arena, into the new world, I guess you could consider it, even though it's really the old world. But I mean, whatever. So there's nothing of any mention of any kind of large Carnosaur. Most of the large Carnosaurs in all of the lore, as it pertains to the Lizardmen, are ridden. Like I say, Krokgar's Carnosaur, obviously it's ridden by Krokgar himself. There's not much mention of some sort of wild Carnosaur that harries the jungles and destroys things, outside of maybe 1 or 2 Black Library books that talk a little bit about that. But let's go forward here a little bit. And the Hellbeast of Seepgore. Now, this one's pretty cool because we talked about the Hellbeast of Seepgore a little bit in our clans video, where we talked about the varying clans of the Skaven. And when we talked about Clan Gridis, we talked about how, okay, you know what, that's just not, there we go. That's just making me furious. There we go. We talked about how Clan Gridis basically bought a Hellbeast from Clan Molder to help them kind of wage their war against Clan Moors. So this kind of plays a little bit into that. Of course, obviously, the Hellbeast of Seepgore is actually in the lore. We actually know exactly where it comes from. It comes from that Army Essentials book from Uniforms and Heraldry of the Skaven that we used to talk about our different clans. So this is a really cool kind of nod here to give us, obviously, some sort of true to lore Hellbeast for the Norscans to hunt. And the Hellbeasts, for the most part, are they can kind of get corralled into a battle, but they're kind of just these monstrosities that are locked up and kind of kept up and secluded in between each and every fight. So it's kind of cool that the Norscans will do what they can to hunt these in somewhere or another. And it's interesting to see in this little conflict here that this is not just Norscans. Even if we go back here, I mean, this is Norscans clearly, but I can see the troll in that. That fucking same one. So we can see the little troll kind of herring about there, little frost troll. But other than that, not really much. I think that's I keep wanting to say Mumakil, but the mammoth in the background. No, it's not. It doesn't look like it. Oh no, that's Throg right there in the background. So Throg is. Oh man, Throg's going toe to toe with a Hellbeast. Liking the look of that. Have to kind of see what else we can see in this little blurb here. Oh, I guess there's more Norscans like kind of around his around right there and stuff like that. Okay, so I take back my previous statement. I'm like, man, maybe this thing has more to do with Skaven as well as just Norskins, but clearly we can see some Norscan there. So again, Hellbeast of Seathgore, definitely in the Lord, something that's already kind of present. Let's kind of knock on over to Beast of Rama. Now, Beast of Rama is cool because it's a nod to Anath Rama, of course, which is the sister of Cain. Cain is the capital, or I guess the patron god, in the Dark Elf mandala for their pantheon. Every single elf pantheon chooses a different kind of center of their mandala. The Wood Elves have Kurnos, the High Elves have Syrian, and Dark Elves again have Cain. So Anath Rama is the sister of Cain, you know, the goddess of the savage hunt. And the Dark Elves really embody that a lot because, you know, the joy and the thrill of the hunt, the chase, everything. And I mean, Anath Rama for the most part is pretty, not ambiguous, but the word I'm trying to think of, but basically Anath Rama really doesn't give a shit what is being hunted as long as there's a hunt going on. Like when Draupnir, you know, the father of dragons, came into Syrian's court, Anath Rama like didn't give a shit, just went and hunted the hell out of Draupnir and eventually killed him. And it just kind of plays a pretty heavy hand here into this, seeing that the War Hydra is going to be the beast of Rama, which would make a lot of sense because Anath Rama, sister of Cain, Cain being worshipped primarily by the Dark Elves. And they do worship Anath Rama as well. Even the High Elves worship Anath Rama. So that's an important to note here, that it's not just one single race that worships these deities. It's some more so than others. You know, even the Wood Elves obviously kind of look at Anath Rama as almost like a mirror to Kurnos. So you have that duality kind of built into the Wood Elves as well. And it makes a lot of sense, obviously, for the War Hydra to be associated with those blooded Dark Elves. And it'll be interesting too, because obviously we see the Lizardmen, we see the Skaven, now we see the Dark Elves, and how the Norskins will interact with them. We'll take a look here at the High Elves with the Mother of the Flame. Now, this one's pretty cool. I wish it had some sort of really cool lore connotation, like, oh yeah, it's the Mother of the Flame, one of the very first Flamespire Phoenixes, or maybe one of the oldest Flamespire Phoenixes. But we know that Flamespire Phoenixes eventually become Frostheart's Phoenixes as they age. You know, their embers kind of die out. They become a little harder and a little more aged and wizened. So there's nothing that really hints here that this is maybe an older Phoenix, because that's not how the Phoenixes work. And I don't really have much to go off of with the Mother of the Flame. That's another thing I looked into too. Like, okay, is this in the 6th or 7th edition High Elf books? Maybe even the fucking 5th one. Didn't see anything on it. So if you guys do know or see or have seen anything on the Mother of Flame, definitely let me know. I don't remember it from any books or anything like that. In fact, the Phoenixes you won't find them in 7th, 6th, or 5th edition. I don't know why I didn't bring this up, because they're only in 8th edition. They were a new addition to the 8th edition. It's kind of funny about that, but they are probably one of the best additions to the 8th edition, because they're probably one of my favorite monstrous units in the entirety of Total War and the tabletop. And they're beautiful, they're amazing. So I'm really curious to see how they're going to be incorporated into Norscan with the Mother of the Flame. It's going to be awesome too to see, like, basically a faction that's kind of is very predominantly focused around ice and ice mechanics, like frostbite and stuff like that, fighting against the Mother of the Flame, which is obviously going to be multiple Frost or Flamespire Phoenixes, kind of wreaking havoc on that Norscan line. So that's going to be a really fun little journey for all of us, I think. So that kind of sums up our little Tuesday News Day, guys. Unfortunately, we didn't get anything too crazy or anything that we didn't know anything about. You know, what does this shortly mean? Who knows? Maybe it's going to be a little bit about some dwarfs action. Maybe it could be something about some goblins. Who knows? But I think I'm just going to stick with the safe bet this time around and assume that it's going to have something to do with either a dwarf mechanic being fixed, added, or cleaned up, and maybe even or maybe even an addition to the dwarfs as well, kind of like we got the dwarf slayers. It'd be cool if we got dwarf slayers. Holy shit, with the giant slayers. It'd be great if we got dragon slayers. God, they were like one of my favorite slayers because it's just so cool sounding and so metal. That, and of course Demon Slayers are pretty goddamn cool too. But as always, guys, let me know what your thoughts are below. Let's kick around some ideas here. Do you think that this is going to be dwarfs? Do you think it's going to be something else? Don't say halflings, goddammit. And don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, send nudes, all the kind of weird stuff that people want you to do on YouTube videos nowadays. But as always, guys, thanks so much for watching here today. We have a really cool video coming out here for Istvan 5. So we're going to be doing the drop site massacre and the lore of that, with an eventual coverage of Istvan 3 in a future video as well. And some other lore videos coming out here too. I know a lot of you guys want to see Wolfheart and some other ones, so we've got plenty of lords coming up here this week. But thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one and take care.